roll.
Yeah. Are you ready for this, Gary?
Go on,
Are you
yeah,
geared up? Are you ready? So this is to anyone who's listening. This is to find out all about Gary and what his favourite things are. So I want to know, first of all, what is your favourite pastime or hobby?
Cycling.
Cycling?
Yeah, I bought a bike just over a year ago. So January last year, I bought a bike, and it's quite fair to say that I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely love it.
So tell me, is this a road bike or a mountain bike?
A road bike.
Okay. So are you what my friend used to refer to them as a mammal, a middle-aged man in lycra?
I'm a hybrid. I have the sort of the lycra top. I can't bring myself to wear the lycra shorts. So I have sort of the baggier shorts. Yeah, they are cycling shorts, but they're baggy.
Can we straighten this conversation up, please, guys?
I'm hybrid.
No, I must admit, my eldest son, Craig, he got right into cycling and got this bike that was so light you could like pick it up with a finger and all that. But he would just go for hours and hours and hours. So do you cycle alone or in groups?
Predominantly alone. I have cycled in what was it, a group. I've got a couple of friends that are into it, and I've been out sort of just me and sort of one other at a time. I've never sort of cycled in a group, so to speak. But no, more often than not, it's on my own.
Yeah. I think it's it's almost like fishing. You're alone. It's quiet and
yeah. I take a camera. I put a camera on the handlebars to catch those near misses, those falls, and those. Actually, and the rides themselves. It's less about the ride, it's more about the near misses and me falling off the bike that I like to capture.
Well, you never know, you might get 250 quid from you being framed.
You never know. Nobody wants to see the routes I ride, but everyone wants to see me fall off.
yeah. No, that's very good. So moving on from that, your favourite celebrity from any field and why?
I think my favourite actor has got to be Rob De Niro.
Robert De Niro?
Robert De Niro, yeah.
And for what reason?
I think it's more to do with how I like his voice. Yes, it's very sort of. I don't think I've ever seen Robert De Niro in a sort of a hyperactive role or a shouty role. He has this very calm tone to his voice that says, "You mess with me, I'll end you."
Yeah, but it's his face, it's his facial expressions that do the hard man stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Al Pacino's the same.
Yeah, they're very, very, very similar, aren't they?
Whereas Joe Pesci is more shouty, screamy, and more physical.
Yes. Yeah.
But De Niro is special. He's a unique kind of actor.
He is unique because he's done all those serious gangster mafioso roles.
Yeah.
But then in his latter years, he's done a lot of comedy roles.
And he's fantastic.
He is.
Analyze this, analyze that. I watch him over and over again.
But he hasn't had that that hyperactive comedy aspect to his. He's but maintained that I'm in a comedy, but you make fun of me and I'll kill you. That's what I like.
He's what I would call him a natural.
Oh yeah.
You know, it comes to him naturally. It doesn't. He doesn't have to go and find it.
But he's funny on and off the scene, because if you ever see these films and you see the blooper reels of them, half the time he's playing pranks. He's messing about. And he was in a film called, it was about New Year's Day or New Year's Eve or something like that. It was a film, a compilation of lots of different people around New Year's Eve. And in the outtakes, in the scene, his daughter, which was, is it Hilary Swank? She was meant to go up in this lift and then push him out into the roof. So when they come up in this lift, he'd obviously said to her, right, quick, sit in the chair. And as the director's waiting and they open the lift doors, he pushes Hilary Swank round the corner and bursts into laughter. He's just a funny guy.
He's a terrific guy. He's in a lot of trouble at the moment, isn't he?
He's got a what?
He's got a lot of trouble at the minute.
Has he?
Financial troubles, yeah.
Oh dear. Well, we'll have to have a whip round.
Yeah, you might need to.
Oh dear.
You might need to. But if you've ever seen the interview that he did with Joe Pesci and Pacino and the what's his name, Scorsese, when they were talking about the Irishman, they're talking about their past.
Oh,
that's a good watch.
Okay. Interesting.
It's where they talk about where they met. They talk about how they grew up. It's all, the fact of their background is highly related.
Right. Okay.
With Joe Pesci, with Frankie Valli years ago, they were all involved with the mob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, does Robert De Niro have a sort of gangster background in his real life?
I don't know, but when you listen to it, you can think to yourself, there was obviously some loose connection.
Okay.
It's a bit like, the accusations that Frank Sinatra got himself, let's say, berated with his connection.
Allegedly, before anyone listening, you might know.
Well, I said he got berated.
Allegedly.
There's no evidence to any of all this stuff. He got called up in front of a committee at the White House or the Senate or wherever it was. And it's just the whole thing's nonsense. I mean, look, everyone's got a background. Yeah. And these guys are in the public eye, so they obviously get pulled out a bit more. But yeah, I think there is little connections.
Okay.
They turned that, whether it's true or not, they turned that to their advantage, didn't they? Especially Frank Sinatra.
Oh, very much so.
You think about how he took that, probably somebody's throwaway comment. He's all right, jumped on that and took it as far as he could.
Well, yeah, I mean, they still say even today that in The Godfather, the first film there was a singer, wasn't there, who was working for the mob.
Right.
And they even say now that was based on Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
That's what they still say.
Listen, there's all this, alleged this, alleged that. I mean, frankly, I think these are all phenomenal films. They're films that are never going to date. The actors that are in them, obviously your favourite actor we're talking about here, we've gone totally off track here.
You've digressed again, Melvin.
We're talking about legends. These are legends.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, I'm going to bring us back on track, Gary, after Melvin's took us down this long path. And let's bring us back. So what is your favourite food or meal?
Right, I'll give you two here. So if I was to go dine out,
yes,
I would invariably always order a steak.
Oh, you're very traditional, are you? That's a very traditional man thing.
Hang on, wait for the other one. Wait for the other one.
I'm waiting.
But if I'm at home and if I can get away with it every day, my go-to would just be a pizza. I love a pizza. I absolutely love a pizza. Yeah. It's simple pleasures. It's simple pleasures.
Is it a pepperoni?
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. Just I love a pizza. Yeah.
You'd never know it looking at you.
Well, that's why I started cycling.
Yeah.
So yeah, for every pizza, I cycle 10 miles.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You must have more information on that diet, please.
Yeah, Melvin, you failed to realise that the local Domino's near Rayleigh is the most successful in the country, apparently.
That's fantastic.
Very good. Okay, so a very broad range between steak and pizza. So very good, very good. Right, here we go. Now we're getting on to my favourite bits of the favouritism around here. What is your favourite cartoon?
MēL and PāT.
Yeah, that would make a great cartoon. When you say cartoon, I think the first one that springs to mind, and probably the one that I will watch sort of more often than not, is Family Guy.
Ah, yes.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Family Guy is absolutely brilliant. Do you know what? the first time I ever watched The Family Guy was when they did The Family Guy talking through this first film of Star Wars and reenacting Star Wars. Yeah. Oh my goodness me! I've never laughed so much in all my days. That was absolutely hilarious.
He's very, very clever.
And they went through the entire film. They never missed a bit out of the whole Star Wars film. It was,
now let me tell you, he's a control freak.
What, Seth MacFarlane?
Oh my God, everything's got to be perfect.
He's what?
He likes everything perfect.
Yeah, but that's a creative, isn't it, Gary?
He's a tremendous talent. Tremendous talent.
Yeah, excellent. No, and who's your favourite character from Family Guy, Gary?
John, I knew you were going to ask me that. I don't think I have a particular favourite. I think they're all quite good in their own sort of little way.
I like the little guy with the Rex Harrison voice.
Oh, is that not the one is it Huey?
Yeah, I think it might be. I can't remember, yeah.
Oh, that must be absolutely brilliant, creating that stuff. Oh dear. I'll have to sit in on that. Okay, no, that's good. So Family Guy. Oh, here we go. We're getting to some good stuff now. Where's your favourite film?
Well, it's going to be a Robert De Niro one, obviously. I think of all the films that he has done, the one that I can sit and watch back to back over and over and over again is Ronin.
Ronin, yeah. Good movie.
Ronin. R-O-N-I-N?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. They had it on TV not long ago. Again.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen this one.
Oh, I won't say too much then to spoil it, but go and watch it. It's
I think it's a good choice.
Is it something to do with samurai, is it?
Well, it's...
Stop playing with Google, Patrick.
Well, I want to find out what it's about.
Well, no, so Ronin, as in with respect to samurai, are basically samurais who failed to protect their master, become basically masterless, and they are referred to as Ronin. That's the concept behind sort of Ronin within samurai context.
Right.
So basically, Ronin the film, you've got all these characters who are basically hired hands. They don't have employees. They're hired hands, and that's where that sort of that link is. But
almost like they're mercenaries like because they haven't got a master. They travel about.
Yeah, a paid killer.
Hired help.
Yeah, hired help indeed. Okay, very cool. Okay, the film Ronin. So, there we go. Favourite TV show of all time?
I'll be honest, I don't really watch a great deal of TV.
Be one of the kids' programs then.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to what I would. I'll tell you what. I think thinking back, one of the TV shows that I watched, and there are a number of different sort of series and locations, and I'd quite happily sit there and watch through them all again. It was CSI.
Oh, my favourite.
Yeah, that had a real cult following. I've never watched any episode of CSI yet, so
yeah, that's
oh, they're wonderful. Particularly the early ones. The early ones were great.
What were the names of the characters again?
Well, it depends, because you had the Vegas, New York, Miami. With the three main. I think they tried to do some sort of crossover with.
There was the original was Vegas, though, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Miami took it. Let's say took the favouritism because of its location. The photography was sensational.
Okay. Yeah. If you look at it from a visual perspective as well, when you look at Vegas was very, very green in its color and its color grading. New York was very blue, and then Miami was very yellow.
Okay.
But then that's just me being a geek.
See, that's the photographer eye, you see.
Yeah. So it had they had those washes over them. But yeah, that's probably not something that most would notice. But I'm sure there's people out there go, yeah, I'll clock
that. Okay. Now, when I used to eat my dinner, I was always well known for saving the best till last. So this is the final one. What is your favourite comedy? The great Fernon Cogs. I can hear him whirring.
Yeah. So many. I think the one that, when you say comedy, the one that again that immediately springs to mind was Only Fools and Horses. I'm sure if I sit here and think about it, I'll think of others that I also sort of like in equal measure. But put me on the spot. Only Fools and Horses is the one that comes to mind.
Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, no, there's some classics out of Only Fools and Horses. I think when he fell through the bar was the ultimate classic, wasn't it? And that was an accident, wasn't it? That was an accident.
Apparently so, yeah.
And they said that was so good. Let's reenact that.
There's two stories. There's two stories to that because allegedly it was planned.
Oh right. Oh, okay.
Allegedly, the big one was the chandelier.
Yes. Yeah. Have you ever heard the documentary about the chandelier?
I watched it yesterday.
Yeah. Because he told Nicholas Lyndhurst, because Nicholas Lyndhurst could easily giggle, couldn't he? And he said, "I'm watching you." He said, "You've got to keep a straight face when that thing falls, because we haven't got another one."
That's right. And the other one was when they obviously won all the 7 million when they got they put the watch in auction. That whole set was amazing. But the most memorable one for me out of all of them was Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Oh, Batman and Robin.
Trigger in that one as well, because they end up going to a wake, don't they?
Yeah.
Just as Batman and Robin. And old Trigger, you're brilliant, isn't he? He's oh, Dave. So I feel a bit overdressed. What do you mean? I've come as a chauffeur. Come as a chauffeur to a wake.
But that was so beautifully written.
Oh yeah, it was very, very good.
I mean, that's really the best of English, that is.
Yeah, some good old British humour in there. Excellent. Well, that's fantastic, Gary. So well done for participating in the favouritism round there. I do like that. And for our guests, our listeners, all both of them, up in Runcorn there. So if they like to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you, Gary?
It's if it's on social, then to be honest with you, LinkedIn or Twitter is where I'm sort of heavily at. Or you can email me, and it's gary.fernon at photoreceptorcell.co.uk. I won't spell it because what I'll do, I know who's going to be editing this, and I'll just put it on the screen.
You have a word with him, will you?
Yeah, hello.
Excellent. Well, if there's nothing else to add, because I know Melvin will, tell us off after this goes off. You see, Melvin tells us off for going on too long.
I can tell you, we've been going for an hour and a half, chaps. I'm not sure if the listeners or the viewers would want to be listening for an hour and a half. So listen, it's your choice.
and so, without further ado, then it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him, and it's a very big goodbye from
me, him.